I want to get you out the door with every result from every league in under 15 minutes, so that you're more informed about what's going on in the world of sports.
Hey TJ, what's going on? I'm Chandler and this is Tiger Beat Sports.
Hey everybody, I'm Chandler Sports and this is the Sport Report.
And I'm Chandler and this is Tiger Beat Sports. Welcome to a special edition of this all crazy sports newscast.
Broadcasting from somewhere in the United States.
Hit it, Blaze.
Welcome to the Sport Report.
Saturday, May 25th, 2019.
Hey everybody, I'm Chandler with Sports, and this is the Sport Report. It's time to get you caught up on what's happening in the world of sports. This is Top of the Order.
In a year that has been so improbable, the impossible has happened.
This is Top of the Order.
Our top story comes from Italy. Yeah, no, that's not a typo. We meant Italy, where the Giro d'Italia is happening across the pond and across a few other countries. Well, we go out to Sport Report cycling correspondent Tyler Corbo, who is covering the 102nd Giro d'Italia. We don't have the budget to send him to Italy this year, maybe next year, but Tyler will be our Sport Report cycling correspondent for the three major tours of cycling, the Giro d'Italia, Le Tour de France, and Vuelta a España, which those happen later in the year. Vuelta a España late August to September, Le Tour de France in July. Well, let's go out to Tyler, who has a few things to say about this Giro d'Italia.
Well, there have been a few riders who couldn't compete in the Giro. Tom Dumoulin, who had to retire from the race early in the tour, was one of the favorites, but he couldn't continue as he crashed in stage 5. Fear not, there are some names in the hunt for the pink jersey. I'll get to that in a moment. Russian cyclist Ilnur Zakharin won yesterday's 13th stage, and it was the first major stage in which the riders had to climb through the mountains. It was essentially the first real test of the Giro. Today, it'll be the same story. They will go through the Alps, and maybe the storyline will change a little. Maybe some riders will close the gap to the top. Other names that are in the hunt for the pink jersey, which means the rider is winning the race, are Italian Vincenzo Nibali, who is in 5th, Frenchman Bauke Mollema in 4th, Stage 13 winner Zakharin in 3rd, Roglic, and Jan Polenk are 2nd and 1st, respectively in the general classification. It'll be interesting to see how the race continues. I'll be back next week to cover the final stages of the Giro d'Italia. Back to Wish Shorts in the studio.
Thanks, Tyler. Seems as if Jack Esper started a tradition with that back to Wish Shorts in the studio throwback. We'll have more on the Giro d'Italia next week as the hunt for La Maglia Rossa really heats up in Italia. Now to the other 15 games on the sporting slate. Major League Baseball.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone!
And Carlton Fisk had a lot of little boy in him right there.
Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
Touch 'em all, Joe.
Home run! Mike Piazza!
Jeter backhands from the outfield grass. Got it! Man, what a play!
Now from Major League Baseball.
Mother Nature, rain, rain, go away. Sometimes that can't be said in Kansas City, where there are some Midwest storms going on. We pray for those out there that they are safe. Due to the storms in the Midwest, the New York Yankees and Kansas City Royals game was postponed due to inclement weather. They will make up a doubleheader later today. So what happened in the other 14 games on the Major League Baseball slate? Well, to preview the slate, the 3 worst teams in baseball played and led late in the game, and 2 Rockies players hit 2 home runs. We start in Washington, where the Nationals defeated the Miami Marlins 12-10. Yes, it was a very high-scoring game. The Marlins led in the 8th inning after they took a 9-8 lead in the top half of the 8th, and the Marlins are the second worst team in the league. They fall to the Nationals 12-10 in regulation after Juan Soto ended up hitting the game-winning 3-run home run in the bottom half of the 8th. Sean Doolittle got his 9th save of the year for the Nationals after he's had a little bit of trouble coming out of the bullpen in late game situations. LA Dodgers 10, Pittsburgh Pirates 2. Walker Buehler is 5-1 on the year with a 3.58 ERA. That's pretty good for the man from Colorado and Vanderbilt. San Diego Padres 6, Toronto Blue Jays 3. Hunter Renfroe hit a 3-run home run late in the game. specifically in the top half of the 8th inning. Joey Lucchesi had a no-hitter through 4 2/3 innings, a no-hitter for the San Diego Padres. It will happen one day. It will happen one day. He had 11 strikeouts against Toronto in his 6 2/3 innings of work. Toronto hit back-to-back homers to tie it in the 5th, but it didn't stop Lucchesi from pitching into the 7th. Padres win 6-3. Cleveland Indians 3, Tampa Bay Rays 1, Detroit Tigers 9, New York Mets 8. Wait, Tigers won a game. Third worst team in baseball won a game. Yeah, that snaps a 9-game losing streak for the Tigers. Minnesota Twins 11, Chicago White Sox 4. A day after Lucas Giolito threw a Maddox, which is a 9-inning complete game in under 100 pitches. He threw an 82-pitch complete game 2 nights ago. Jose Berrios for the Minnesota Twins is now 7-2 on the year after defeating the White Sox. He's got a 3.2 ERA. Philadelphia Phillies 6, Milwaukee Brewers 4. Christian Yelich hit his 20th homer of the season after missing a few games. It took him 45 games for his team to hit 20 homers. He leads the majors in that category, the home run category. First player since Josh Hamilton in 2012 to hit 20 homers for his team inside 45 games. Fastest Brewer to do it, Prince Fielder did it in 58 games in 2007. Atlanta Braves 5, St. Louis Cardinals 2, Texas Rangers 4, LA Angels 3, Oakland Athletics 6, Seattle Mariners 2, Arizona Diamondbacks 18, San Francisco Giants 2. The Diamondbacks scored at least 1 run in their first 7 innings, and here's how their first 7 innings went. First inning, 1 run. Second and third inning, 2 runs apiece. Fourth, fifth, and sixth innings, 3 runs apiece. Seventh inning, 4 runs. That tallies up to 18 on 21 hits. Diamondbacks scored 18 runs with 4 home runs in the ball game to win over San Francisco. Robbie Ray is 4-1 on the season for the Diamondbacks. Cincinnati Reds 6, Chicago Cubs 5. Eugenio Suarez hit another home run. That's his 14th of the year for the Reds in the 9th inning. 2 runs in the top half of the 9th, meaning the Cubs bullpen kind of imploded in the 9th. 6-5 winners are the Reds at Wrigley. Houston Astros 4, Boston Red Sox 3. The Red Sox made it interesting, but they had 3 errors in the game, held the Astros to 4 hits, of which the Astros scored 4 runs, but a lot of the runs came on errors. If you think about it, Chris Sale was only charged with 2 earned runs in his performance yet last night. He only pitched 6 innings for the Red Sox. It still qualifies as a quality start, but for the Red Sox, they fall to the Houston Astros. George Springer, who is one of the infielders for the Astros, he could miss some time due to what looks to be a grade 1 hamstring issue. We're still awaiting tests, but it looks like he'll be heading to the injured list. In the final game of the night, this was the most intriguing game of the night aside from the Nationals game. Colorado Rockies 8, Baltimore Orioles 6. The Orioles led 6-3 after the top half of the 7th inning, but the 7th inning stretch, I guess, woke up the Rockies at home at Coors Field. Trevor Story, Nolan Arenado each had 2 home runs. Story's second home run was the walk-off hit that the Rockies needed, a 2-run homer in the bottom half of the 9th to give the Rockies a win over baseball's worst team. Trevor Story became the first shortstop to hit 100 homers in his first 450 career games. He did it in 448. A-Rod was the previous record holder. There is no hockey, but there is one game in the basketball world, Game 6 in Toronto, where Drake will probably be sitting courtside and giving neck massages to head coach Nick Nurse of the Toronto Raptors, like he did in Game 4. That begins at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on TNT. If Toronto wins, they'll be going to their first ever NBA final. As a franchise, they'll face off against the defending world champion Golden State Warriors. If Milwaukee wins, Game 7 will be in Milwaukee on Monday night. That's the Sport Report for Saturday, May 25th, 2019.
For now, I'm Chandler.
Thanks for tuning into the Sport Report today. We'll be back tomorrow with the latest in sports. Do you want to contact Chandler Sports or members of the Sport Report team? Visit sportreportcws.com. This podcast is copyrighted by the Sport Report for viewers to understand sports from a news reporting basis. Any other use of this podcast, Sport Report logos, or anything associated with this podcast without the express written consent of Chandler Sports is strictly prohibited.